Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to my complete guide for the Master Wu event. I've made a few videos already talking about this event, and a lot of this same info has been talked about in those videos, but I wanted to take all that info, condense it, and then put it into one complete guide, which is what this is right here. Alright, so let's get started. By the way, I'm not going to be going over tiers 1 through 4 in this video because 1, they're very easy, and 2, you have to at least beat tier 5 to unlock Master Wu. So if you want a shot of even unlocking the character, you have to get your units good enough to at least beat tier 5. So first of all, what characters do you need and at what level? Redbeard, Bart, and Argenta should be your core 3. They're all pretty easily accessible and very good units. Hank and Scarlet are obviously the best 2 to add to that 3, but most players don't have them at a usable level, 5 or 6 stars. As replacements, Darwin and Valiant are fine, but keep in mind it will take you more attempts. Speaking of attempts, expect it to take at least 20 for each tier, because certain elements of these battles are RNG based, so it won't always go perfectly. Next, let's talk about stars gear and levels. At a minimum, I recommend level 55 and gear 6+5 on all units. That last piece to go to gear 7 can be a bit hard to acquire, so if you don't have that piece, that's fine. If you do, it's a nice bonus, but 6+5 will be adequate. And of course, having your pirates at level 60 will help to make it easier as well. As far as stars go, you should be farming a pirate team up to 7 stars anyway for the gold event. But either way, you should shoot for 6-star pirates for tier 5 and 7-star pirates for tier 6. It can be done with less, and multiple people have, but unless you want to make hundreds of attempts and miss out on gold from the weekly event, just take them to 6 or 7 stars. I also recommend maxed abilities on all units, which shouldn't be too hard, but at a minimum, prioritize completing Redbeard's ultimate before doing the other pirates' tier 3 elixir abilities. Now, what set do you need for this event? A 5-star Forbidden Island with the abilities at level 3, 1, 3, and 3 is highly recommended. Personally, I suggest that you spend some controllers from Jay's Brick Pace on tier 3 set tools to upgrade the first and last abilities of the Forbidden Island to tier 5. That will not only make the Wu event easier, but it is also very helpful for Arena. And if the J Brick Pace is not currently running, some other Brick Paces also offer those tier 3 set tools for a reasonable price. So let's get into the strategy. Starting with tier 5, you will want to start by just using basic attacks against Lloyd, so that the skeleton healer will waste his heal, and then you can go ahead and take out Lloyd with your special abilities. Just make sure that you save Redbeard's Shark ability to use against Jay. Once you take out Lloyd, Jay should have enough buffs that Redbeard's Shark will stun him. And after you kill Jay, you are left with 4 not so powerful units, so take that opportunity to heal up your team as much as possible before the second wave. Also, during the first wave, generally try to not use Valiant's taunt if he is in your team, because that will most likely lead to him dying, and you want to save his taunt for the second wave when you can use it to sacrifice Valiant but save another important unit like Redbeard. Now, the second wave of enemies will spawn in once you get down to just 1 unit in wave 1, meaning that the last unit you leave alive will also be there for wave 2. For that reason, you want to try to leave the Great White alive since he is the least powerful unit of the 4. Also, make an effort to leave Great White at just a sliver of health, so hopefully you can kill him before Lloyd uses his stealth ability in wave 2. The transition from wave 1 to wave 2 is the most important part of the entire battle. First of all, don't use Redbeard's ultimate in wave 1, as you'll be using this to snipe Kai in the second. If Kai gets to his ultimate, it will completely destroy your team, so it is critical that you take him out. When the second wave spawns in, you have 2 main options. Either immediately snipe Kai with Redbeard's ultimate, or try to get disarmed on Lloyd so that you can then go after Kai and other units. Remember that there's only a base 60% chance to apply the disarmed, so that method is a bit more unreliable, and personally I recommend just taking out Kai with the ultimate and then moving on to Lloyd as he does his stealth ability. Now, the enemy units in wave 2 will spawn in with some preloaded pep, so try to time it where you take out the second to last unit in wave 1 when Redbeard is somewhat close to taking a turn. Basically, you just want to make sure that Redbeard will go before Lloyd. This is one of the more RNG intensive parts of the battle, so don't be surprised if you have to restart at this point multiple times. From there, it's very straightforward, just focus on healing and taunt with Valiant when you need to save one of your more important units. Again, it might take upwards of 20 attempts to get the RNG correct, but with the gear and levels that I recommend, you should get it relatively quickly. Tier 6 is very similar, with the transition between waves being so important. Luckily, this battle is much easier since there are no skeletons to deal with. So because of that, you can't just go straight to your special attacks and take out Lloyd. Then after that, you can go after Kai, because again, you don't want him to get to his ultimate. And then once you take him out, it becomes very similar to Tier 5, except the second wave will only spawn in once you've defeated every unit in Wave 1. So take as much time as you can to heal up, and of course try to leave Redbeard with a bit of pep so that he can snipe Kai in Wave 2 with his ultimate. After that, you want to go after Lloyd, and from there just go for whoever isn't under stealth, and you should be fine. Again, expect this to take at least 20 attempts to get the RNG correct. If you have any questions about this event or strategy, feel free to join our Discord server. There are a lot of knowledgeable people there that will be happy to help. But alright, that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.